In this next article from the Daily Mail, Met police so far have arrested 232 Extinction Rebellion activists since 3,000 flooded the Capitol. Several activists had to be cleared from the road in Westminster, where they had been lying down in an attempt to block Mr. Johnson's route to the Prime Minister's questions. These people are out having a massive protest over a mass extinction that isn't happening. Really what it is the rainforest is getting deforested. The rest of the planet is not really like, there's no massive extinction. I mean, we would know if there was a massive extinction going on, because it was like, we would definitely know, but we're in control of 97% of the biomass on Earth, which also unfortunately means that there are a lot of people out there that are able to destroy the rainforest. I personally think we need to stop them. And this is my biggest problem with Extinction Rebellion. I support their cause. I don't support their methods. I think it's madness. It says officers had to clear away activities attempting to stop Mr. Johnson from getting to the Prime Minister's questions. Police have made dozens of arrests for offenses, including obstructing the highway, assaulting an officer. XR has launched 2 weeks of campaigning to try to refocus politicians' attention of global warming. I'm going to push back. This is an ineffective campaign. I support the campaign, and in my experience, what you want to do is you want to focus on issues that you can win. You're not going to fight global warming by fighting global warming. You're going to fight global warming by fighting air pollution, overpopulation, and overconsumption. You're not going to shut down these machines. It's like yelling on the top of a mountain. You're not doing anything. All you're doing is making people not like you. And at a certain point in time, they're going to say, I don't give a fuck anymore. And then at that point in time, everything that you did was just useless. And then people just want to overconsume just to piss you off. So the problem with these people, I mean, I do enjoy it when they're walking around naked and they're good looking. In fact, if you know any Extinction Rebellion activists that want to walk around naked around my house, you should comment below or at realsimplenews.net/issue 98 for the show. But these people, they're just, they're there because here's a video of some of the arrests. They're there because it's a political movement. I completely support saving the rainforest. I support getting rid of two-cycle engines, replacing them with solar-powered electric gardening equipment, like weed whackers and lawnmowers. I think that those are very logical steps. We have a energy storage problem here in the United States. And in order to get around that, what we need to do is we need to first take one step at a time that we actually can take. We have to switch our two-cycle engines because they put out a lot of, they don't burn the fuel all the way. And so this puts a lot of pollution in the air that causes asthma in cities. We need to store the power coming off of the solar panels. So the best way to go about doing that is to charge them with a solar panel, because you don't mow your lawn every day, and you don't need to replace the battery that often. So it's one way that we can help reduce global warming and increase our air quality, which should be the number one priority, is the quality of life, the air quality, the amount of junk that I don't have to deal with at my house, the things that are the win. Instead of getting clouded against this entire thing as a whole, and this is the reason why Black Looter Mob is so horrible, I support Black Lives. I support getting rid of shifting the permanent underclass into the lower middle class. But they focus on this entire thing in the abstract, target their hatred towards and hostility and violence towards Donald Trump, police, and Trump supporters. And then I cannot condone that. They burn, loot, and murder, riot, burn your cities down. Definitely can't be standing behind that. But then I support their goal. So this is a great analogy for why the Extinction Rebellion people have been so wacko, is that they have something that everybody wants, but then they go off acting like nut jobs. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, what kind of global warming are you trying to cut? Like overconsumption, overpopulation? You're trying to save the rainforest? I mean, can we just save the rainforest and then get rid of the 2-cycle engines? Like, do a couple of things at a time, right? This is how you win. Everybody's going to stand behind that. They're going to say, people fight back against the 2-cycle lawnmower thing, but I think, as long as you provide a permit thing, like if you actually need a gas engine, then sure, use one. But if you're not, then we need you to use a solar-powered 2-cycle or solar cycle replacement. Hold on. Solar-powered replacement, because we need to utilize this technology for energy storage. And then maybe we could use those batteries for other reasons or other purposes, like watching TV or something, emergency batteries. But we would need some other technologies to work with them. But these are achievable things. They're things that we can actually do, as opposed to just rebelling over the amount of CO2 that China puts out, which dwarfs the amount of stuff that we put out. So we could shut our factories down here to appease the leftist mob, or we could play it smarter, and then we could try to bring more manufacturing back home so that we can control the emissions better. There's different ways to go about doing this. It's not such an easy thing that you can just say, this is the one solution. We have one thing. It's going to work. It's complicated. There's a lot of factors that you didn't think about that you need to be an engineer to understand or know an engineer. And it's really easy to look at the data and not understand it and then make the wrong decision. So this is why it's easier to focus on just one issue where we can just understand one thing. We're like, okay, we're having a massive die-off of species because of deforestation in the rainforest and areas that are similar to it. Okay, all right, this is something that we can stand behind. We can boycott companies who are deforesting the rainforest. We can do that. We can put pressure on governments that are there to do not kill our lungs and to stop with the massive destruction that they're calling is the 6th mass extinction. But I'm going to call that one fake news. We're going to call Extinction Rebellion fake news. Good intentions, but they don't know what they're talking about. Personally, I think that they should let me run their organization. Then they would not be having these nut job things over some abstract thing that they have no power over. You don't have any control over China and India and all these other massive countries that are polluting out the ass. It's like you're on the top of a mountain screaming, and you just look like a wingnut. What you need to do is you need to, work with something that you can. Don't be a wingnut. Don't be fake news. But yes, I do support their cause. I just disagree with their methods.